Destiny, an FPS that promised much, but has recently let down many of its deluded fans upon its cold and frightening DLC real truth. This game sucks. It's farming beyond all reason. It's a cardboard cutout MMO cut out of Mass Effect, Borderlands, and a bunch of other sci-fi related games. However, all the ones I mentioned have several things that Destiny doesn't have. But I'll talk about that a little later. First, let's think about the game from the perspective of a random player. At first, you start the game and think to yourself, hey, this is a good game. But then you get halfway through the moon and all of a sudden, yo, what the fuck? We've woken the hive? Like, what the fuck is going on here? And then you're like, okay, why am I wasting my time with this shit? Then the classy developers at Bungie have to remind you. This game's content is severely lacking. You can farm on Earth, you can farm on the moon, you can farm on Venus, and you can farm on Mars. And then after all that, guess what? You have PvP waiting for you. And now you can like fight against other players and waste your time trying to farm for legendary items, even though before a recent patch, the legendary items that you were supposed to get always turn into fucking blue. So it's like, why am I even wasting my time with this nonsense? Like, what the fuck is going on over here? Like, I'm over here busting my balls trying to get purple equips, and it's like that shit turns blue. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Why do you have a system where the loot is so fucking random that the chances of you actually getting a decent piece of equipment is fucking low? Not only do you have to grind out the ass to get good equips in this game, you also have to waste time, and then you have to fuck around with the Cryptarch dude and hopefully pray that he gives you a decent fucking set of equips for your character. It's like playing the fucking lottery, except you have a lower chance of actually getting anything good. This game's content is just fucking ridiculous. Like, I can't believe that Bungie said, like, they made a stupid statement saying, oh, the game only really starts at level 20. Oh, is that so? So you have to like farm on all the fucking levels, doing repetitive ass fuck missions with or without friends, and it's like, dude, this game is a gigantic waste of time. Like, the game doesn't have a fucking story at all. I feel like this game was just a last minute fucking deal. Like, a friend of mine actually stated that the beta, the game's freaking test release was pretty much the whole game, except that they only locked out another subclass and a few extra planets. But there's only like 4 planets to explore apparently, but there's not really enough content worth $60 for this game. Like, it's pretty trash. I spent a lot of time playing it, but the majority of my free time in this game was spent mostly in PvP because that was the only thing that didn't feel so ridiculously repetitive. So I thought, hey, it might be a good idea to like get as much experience as possible, but I'm going to at least try to have fun with the game. This is the only good thing that I can say about the game. The multiplayer isn't necessarily unique, but it's good enough to play. I mean, I really wouldn't recommend you to play this game. There's not enough content here to it's just, you're not really gonna get anything out of playing this game at all. Like, there's nothing here for you. There's no fucking story. There's no reason to play it. The content is shit. The community is shit. The developers might also be shit now. I mean, I played Halo. Halo was a decent game. Call of Duty is a godsend compared to this piece of shit. But you know, you got a few deluded people out there who want to say shit like, "Oh, this game is amazing. This game has a lot of potential." Potential, nigga, it's just a shooting game. There's nothing special about this game whatsoever. The events are garbage. The bounties repetitive as fuck. No fucking story. Like, seriously, niggas be like, oh, Oh, read the Grimoire. Why the fuck do I have to read a fucking outside non-game related source to understand the fucking story for some shit that I already paid for? Like the fucking game story should be on the fucking disc. It shouldn't be anywhere else. I shouldn't have to look this shit up. Shouldn't have to go to a fucking wiki. Shouldn't have to read up on items. The story should be inside of the fucking game itself. I shouldn't have to fucking like do any sort of fucking research for some shit that I paid for. Like, I should be able to easily grasp the story and not ask and look this shit up. And I'm not even interested in the fucking story because you didn't have enough of an interest to actually put it in the fucking game, so I don't even have an interest to fucking care about it. So this game is, it's just, there's no fucking real in-game goal. You're just farming and wasting your time. The game doesn't give me a real reason to play it. The content is fake, the difficulty is fake, and even the fun factor is fake. The only thing I can say about this game is the amount of fraudulent hype surrounding it before release. They advertised the shit out of this game, and the result is one big April Fool's purchase by people who didn't know any better. And that's just really unfortunate. With all these repetitive missions, you think that the game would turn you off. Not only is the cooperative multiplayer boring and uneventful, but the competitive multiplayer aspect can also be insanely boring if you spend enough time in it like I have. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate this game as much as I'm making it seem, but Destiny is representative of a particular archetype of games that will continue to release down the line in this gen. And people need to wake up if they don't want to continue getting swindled and fucked over. I'm just trying to keep it real over here. I just want y'all to know, like, you want to spend $60 on a fucking game with no story and no content and no fucking development whatsoever, then you can. I'm not stopping you. I'm just gonna let you know up front that this game isn't worth the purchase. I have no attachments to this game whatsoever. I would even go so far as to say that Call of Duty is more interesting as a game. It could have been much better, but it seems like some secret shit went down that drastically changed the game before release, and that it was actually filled with content. Some crazy report that the game story and content were actually removed before the official release of the game, and that the game actually had a story among other things in its alpha form. For any game, the story is drastically important. If the player doesn't have a clear goal, then the player doesn't have any reason to play the fucking game. Like, this is basic shit here. Destiny is highly repetitive, contentless FPS with a hidden potential that's been flushed down the toilet by forces unknown. According to background information on the game, having too much content is bad for the players. So you're telling me that purposefully releasing a shitty game is the job of the people selling these products? That's some good weed, man. Destiny gets itself a 2 out of 5 from me, but the real game, the unreleased product that the fans actually wanted, can't be rated because it never came out. This was your boy, Hoda30. Have a nice day.